Heyo, welcome back everybody. This is Ian Chiquino. We're back with another StarCraft 2 commentary, and today I've got a co-caster with me. Today, I've got Word. How's it going, Word?
It's going really good, man. It's good to be here with you. We were just talking about how co-casting is always better than solo casting.
Oh.
I feel less alone in the world, so I'm happy.
Of course.
Now, this particular match is going to be from Liquid Snute's replay pack. He released it with his announcement that he was joining Liquid, or rather Liquid's announcement. So, number one, congrats to him. But first off, we'll start by introducing the players at the 9 o'clock position as the Red Protoss under the barcode tag, hiding his identity. But we know it is Naniwa. And, of course, his opponent, the recently acquired by Liquid Zerg, Snute.
Yep, Snute and Naniwa. You know, I was telling you before we started this game that I watched a lot of Naniwa's games before Christmas when he was streaming consistently, like 6 hours a day. It was crazy. So enjoy watching Naniwa play, and I'm looking forward to seeing Snute evolve as he grows in Team Liquid.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's one of the players who has like a unique Zerg style, and that's really refreshing. Like, he said himself, he doesn't really like infestors. He'll still use them, but he always tries to kind of find a way around it, or he'll use them in different ways. So, especially in ZVP, I'm really looking forward to see what Snute does, and you know, him being in the Liquid spotlight now, we're definitely going to see a lot more of his play.
Yeah, and before the game started, I asked you, what was the last foreigner that Team Liquid picked up? And we had to think about that for a while.
Yeah, man, Snute is we determined, and it seems outrageous, but it's what we came to the conclusion of, that the last foreigners that Liquid picked up before Snute was Chef, and that is like 2 years ago. That was back in 2011, I believe. That is it's outrageous to think of.
Yeah, Team Liquid just been picking up Koreans quite a bit, but you know, they figured this Snute guy, he's got something. Let's give him a shot.
Yeah, he really does. Of course, you know, victor of the most recent Home Story Cup. If you didn't see the video of him winning, it was taken by somebody there on YouTube. Very touching moment. Very, very cool. But I guess enough about Snute. We see Naniwa here is going for the Gateway Expand, and something I've always noticed about Naniwa is he always kind of pioneers the latest styles. Like, he was doing FFE when people were still thinking it was dangerous, and now he's doing Gateway Expand when it's not the most popular thing in the world.
Yeah, it's really refreshing watching Naniwa play, you know, every matchup, because he always makes his own builds for the most part. You know, I've seen him I watch a stream and I'm like, okay, he's doing this, and it's hard to see that anywhere else. So he's definitely he's scouting to the top. That's interesting. I wonder if he just didn't see where that Overlord came in, because it came in from the right. But I guess if it came down, it would have maybe came in from that position too.
Yeah,
but anyways,
it's possible. You know, it's possible to have a momentary lapse there. Like, I was just watching one of the GSL up and down VODs. It was Bomber versus Genius, I believe, and like Genius hit a base in the bottom right of the map, and he did a probe transfer. I think it was Whirlwind, so it was like completely super far away from his base. And Bomber had a patrolling Marine that caught the probe transfer, but he didn't look on the minimap. He didn't see it. He had no idea the base was there. And it's just like such a huge thing to miss.
Yeah.
But it's totally possible. All you have to do is look away for 1 second.
Yeah, those are rough. So Naniwa is going to go do some harassment here. He loves poking with those stalkers, trying to get maybe, especially if there's a third up. If there's a third up, he'll go in there and harass with those stalkers, try and deal some damage, kill a queen, maybe kill some drones or whatever, but that's not going to be the case. Snute is playing a little bit slower here. He's got that spine crawler. Maybe he's not as familiar with Naniwa's playstyle, as he didn't go for that Forge Fast expand, so he's going to do something a little bit safer, which is like more of a two-base play.
Yeah, it could be the case. Naniwa just poking up here with the Stalker, but mano a mano Spine Crawler will wreck it, so he will have to come back. And that's one of the benefits of these gateway openings. You get map control, which isn't something that Protoss are really used to in the first 8 minutes of the game until they get Warp Gate with the current meta. So, I mean, we see Naniwa, just in general, you can even tell now, he likes to be aggressive, he likes to be out there, and he'll probably keep this sort of pressure on. That's the style with gateway builds. You get that earlier tech, and you have a lot more possibilities, and it makes the Zerg uncomfortable.
Yeah, Naniwa knows that if he goes stalkers like this with this early gateway build, he can pretty much do whatever he wants until speed finishes. And once speed finishes, then he's always like, all right, I've had enough of that. You could have the map back for a little bit till I come in with my timing attack.
Yeah, he just wants to control that flow, and that's a perfectly normal thing to want. We see Snute right now, he's got 3 queens out, so he's going to be able to work on spreading that creep, and of course his third base is up over at the top as well. And he's operating off of just 2 gas here, so he's not going to be particularly aggressive himself. His ling speed is finished now, of course, in response to the gateway opening. He did open with that gas, and It's kind of looking like an older style of ZVP right now. It's what you see with the gateway expands. A fast speed from the Zerg and a fast warp gate from the Protoss, and it's up to them whether they want to go, Stargate Robo or more gateways. But Naniwa's playing it safe and going Robo.
Yeah, I love players who bring back old builds. Like, I'm talking ancient builds. Because just because the build's old doesn't mean it's not necessarily bad. There's old builds that are still can easily be used today to counter maybe something that's more standard that just people aren't used to. You see so many like one racks fast expands as Terran, and there's so many builds that could just destroy that straight up if someone tried to go for something a little bit older and more aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, there's even like very aggressive 4 gates that a lot of Terrans, if they're unprepared for it, it can totally take you out. You got to be very careful about the thing. That's why you rarely see Terrans skip the bunker nowadays, and if they do, oftentimes they get punished for it.
So we got Naniwa pumping out some Immortals. He's going to have 3 here in a little bit. He's chrono boosting those guys out. He's got us +1 about halfway done. I haven't seen him chrono boost that upgrade just yet. He's spending most of that on the Robo, and 2 more gateways going to go up. So it looks like Naniwa is getting ready to do some damage. No third base in the future for Naniwa.
He's got 7 gateways right now, and chrono boosting all 3 of those Immortals out. It's looking like it's going to be Immortal Central all in. Snute, however, coming in here with some aggression, going to pick off all of the gas probes. Very nicely done by him, and he's going to pull out, so it doesn't lose too much there. Just a couple of lings, but Naniwa is doing the most feared build that Protoss have in PvZ nowadays. It's going to be the 2-base Immortal Sentry all in, and it's going to be hitting pretty hard.
Yeah, we do have a scout for Snute at the top. There's a lot of roaches being produced now. Glial Reconstitution and a +1 Carapace are going to be done by the time this timing attack hits. But look at the Snute is going to come in here with the Overlord, the Overseer. He's going to see all the extra gateways. He's going to see the Chrono Boosted Robo. The War Prism is going to pop out, and he's going to see that as well. And that's definitely a signal that, all right, he's going to use that War Prism, do a little bit of Immortal Micro, or at least just warp in on top of it.
Yeah, it's a very scary time for the Zerg now. Snute is out on the map with his roaches, and that's usually the best thing you can do as a Zerg unless you get them trapped. Got to be very careful here. The roach speed just a few seconds from finishing at about 98 seconds right now, and Naniwa reinforcing with a warp in of Zealots and Sentries. Going slow. He doesn't want to go away from this wall because the closer you are to the wall, the more effective your force fields are. But Snute is playing this exactly as a Zerg should. He's not going to get pushed back into a corner and force fielded.
Yeah, it just depends how far is Naniwa want to push this attack. And this is just giving Snute a ton of time to make units. And he's been making units for the past couple of minutes, so he's got a very good chance he's going to stop this.
Yeah, he's coming in from both sides now. Force Field's trying to zone out a lot of those roaches, and they do, but a huge arc for Snute is seriously preventing the damage from Naniwa. He doesn't have a lot of ranged units. It's just the Sentries, which, try to tickle things to death, and then the Immortals. There's not a lot of Stalkers in this mix, but he is going to hold off that first attack. However, Snute continuing to rally out the roaches, and he's still in position for those big flanks.
Yeah, we even have a Spore Crawler up here for us, Snute, so he's pretty much playing for everything. Another attack comes. Good Force Field is going to trap a lot of roaches in there. Zergling's going to come from the right. The Immortals aren't really attacking the roaches. There we go. Naniwa now repositions his Immortals, attacking on the left. He does clean that up.
Yep, he's going to hold that off for now. The more Snute loses, the worse it's going to be. You can see in the Units Lost tab that Snute is almost 1,000 resources behind, while Naniwa hasn't been losing much because of those force fields. He's going to unload some Zealots on the high ground now and really put Snute in a tight spot, warping in a ton of Zealots on there, so they're going to be able to focus down tech, get into the drone line, and now Snute is going to be forced to split his forces.
Yeah, the good thing about this, though, Snute does have his third. He did get his third up before he started this fight, so if he can hold this off, just trade for a long period of time, it may be worth it, but Naniwa's in a really bad position right now. He's going to have to use a lot of force field energy to stay alive.
Yeah, his sentry count's pretty high, though, and he's got, looks like plenty of force fields left as I scroll through the energy there. Warping in some more Stalkers. The Zealots in the main base are now focusing the Infestation Pit, and they're going to be able to get it before Pathogen Glance finishes, so Snute is not going to be able to rely on Infestors for this.
And I don't think he got a single Infestor out anyways before that, so Snute is in a really bad position. Naniwa with the supply lead. Roaches now coming in from the right. Force fields go down. A couple of the roaches there are trapped on the right, but there's just so many roaches all over the place. More force fields go down. Is he going to have enough units to defend this? He's got more Zerglings coming in, 22, but 6 Stalkers being warped in.
These Immortals are heroes, more than 30 kills between them, and that is going to be at GG. Snute could not hold the Immortal Sentry all in. He engaged it outside, but Naniwa was very cautious. He hugged the wall, and he made sure that the Zerg couldn't get the best of him.
Yeah, Naniwa, so patient with that push. He was just kind of building up his forces. Like you said, he was staying against the wall, so he had, at least part of his army defended on that side. That's less force fields you have to use. He built up his army enough, waited for the next big round of warp ins, and he warped in all those Zealots on the high ground, and that really was like a game changer, because let's say Snute pulls some of his forces to deal with that. Well, that means Naniwa wins the fight. For the most part, he has a better opportunity to win the fight. But if he doesn't pull anything, Naniwa can destroy the drone line, kill the tech and the hatchery. So you just put Snute in a situation where he has to make, decisions. And when you have to make decisions, sometimes you make the wrong ones.
Yeah, especially in the heat of battle. He killed the lair in the main base, and the end of the replay just kind of caught it in mid-explosion. It looks really cool. It's just chunks of gore flying everywhere. Maybe I'm just sick, but that looks pretty awesome. But there's the victory there for Naniwa. And if you guys want more of Snute's replays, just visit the latest article on Team Liquid announcing his join into the team. The replay pack is in there. There's lots of good replays in there. And if you like Snute, man, that's where you want to be.
Definitely. So, a good game here. Some fun PvZ, ZVP action. Word. So, what are you up to lately? What have you been doing on the internet?
On the internet, aside from playing a little bit of Dota here and there, it's mostly been StarCraft. I've been casting with IVD Yogi Time. I'm casting with Clarity Gaming as well. And I recently moved to a new YouTube channel. If you guys are subscribed to my old one, it's not going to be in use much longer. So the new YouTube channel is youtube.com/wordcastsc2. And that's where I'll be putting up, VODs of everything from, casting to maybe some of my own ladder replay for my Twitch, that sort of stuff. So that would definitely be the biggest announcement I want to spread there. New YouTube channel. It's the real deal.
There you go, guys. Go check it out. I'll put a link to it in the description, so you guys can have fun looking at that. Another place to check out some commentaries when, maybe I'm not making enough for you. There you can just go check those out. So that's it for both of us. Once again, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later.